Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
Come on!
Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
Andrew C. I love that Andrew C. Andrew C. In the morning, it's time for Andrew C. In the morning, yeah. Come on.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good morning. It is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, in the year of our Lord.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the whip is here. Man, whip. You scared everybody. You were so good last week. You scared everybody away.
I was about to say, man, I just joined the show last week. Where is the rest of the family?
They're coming. Here we go.
Andrew C. In the morning.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. They're on their way. I've talked to a couple of them.
Okay.
Donnie's on his way, and Tifel's on his way, so they'll be here anyway. Whip, I know real quick. This is a good opportunity for you to talk about your speed dating event that's coming up in the Toledo area in a couple days, right?
Yes, it is. This Thursday, we are at Club Evolution. Find a Base Speed Dating, April 21st. It starts at 7 p.m. We already got some great people signed up, but we do still have some spots left. Come on out there. All you got to do, you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. Just $20 to be a speed dater. But if you just want to come and support, it's only $10. There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks. Because you got to drink if you're going to speed dating party.
Yes, of course.
No other way. And we even got some great local Toledo 419 vendors going to be in the building. So come out there, have some fun, mix, mingle, network, date, support the 419 Glass City, and hang out with your boy, Big Whip. Come on, man.
All right, Big Whip. Now that's a great promo. Now, so does people sit at a table with somebody, and what's the time limit?
They get 5 minutes. They get 5 minutes with each person. And what'll happen is at that 5-minute mark, my partner, Lakeisha Coakley, will say time. The gentleman will have to get up, move to the right, and meet the next person. They will circulate the room until they meet everybody. And again, you don't have to tell the person right in their face if you don't like them. You got an interest sheet. You just kind of write their name down. If you like them, put a little mark. Give the sheet to us at the end of the evening. Within 48 hours, we'll let you know everybody liked you with their contact information, and you can decide if you want to go ahead and talk further to them.
That's pretty cool, man. I like it. I like the idea. Tifel's here. Tifel, where you been?
I had a long day at work yesterday. I was at work from like 6 a.m. Didn't get home till 9:30.
What? What are you doing? Man. Killing
had a
They're trying
had a
to
major
people.
Had a major project yesterday.
Oh, well, good. Well, good for you. Well, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. I know Donnie's on his way too. You know, I watch a show, and I don't know why I care so much. But the show is called Trying. It's on Apple TV. And we watched the first season about a year ago, my wife and I, about a year ago. And then we just found season 2 on Apple TV. And I posted about it when we watched season 1. And then we're on episode 4 of season 2. And I posted about it again. It is so damn, I don't know why I care, but I keep posting and no one is even commenting. The posts just go ignored. And I'm like, I want to scream. Like, and here's why the show is so good is that it's made a connection with us. Like, we know this couple. It's a couple trying to have a kid, and it's like we know this couple, so I care so much. I don't know why I do though. Like, it's an unhealthy obsession. Why I want people to watch a show. Why do I care so much? That's how good it is. You guys have to watch Trying. You laugh your face off, and the next scene you're crying your face off, and it is just it's smart, funny. It's an intelligent show. You guys,
do we actually get to watch the Trying?
What's that? No,
right.
Get to watch. Like,
I will say yes if that'll get you to watch it. You get to actually watch them trying.
I got to very much say, if you promise me that I get to watch them trying, and I sit through 20 hours of television and there's not even a nipple, Would be very
Oh
upset.
man. Is this like season 1, season 2? I must have missed that. Tell me about it.
It's season. They've just released a second season. It's a British show. You
Okay.
got to watch it with subtitles because they talk really fast and you can't get all the words. So you watch. You got to kind of read along. But it is so smart and funny, and it's great. It's just this couple trying to have a kid, and they can't have a kid. Then they're trying to adopt a kid, and so it's really just a great show. You guys, someone has to watch it with me because
Andrew,
Colleen and I
Andrew.
can't be the only ones enjoying this goodness. Yes, Whip.
Right now, just be honest with us.
Yeah.
They're paying you. This is a promo. You've already got a sponsorship. I mean, it's cool. Share the bread with us, baby. Share the money with us. We know.
Break bread.
Come on, man.
No, they're not paying me anything. I swear, this is an unsolicited. You have to watch this damn show. I'm telling you, people, it's driving me crazy that no one's watching it except me. So, all right, I do have another thing I want to bring up. So I go to Costco yesterday, and because they have free air for your tires, and one of my tires was low, so I get out of the car, and I go get the pump thing, the hose, and all of a sudden I hear a smack, and then I see this truck go and pull right out of the parking lot. So this dude hits somebody in the parking lot. I run, jump in my car because that's my crime fighting abilities. My senses have just kicked in, and I'm like, I must do something about this. So I jump in the car, and the guy goes down to the corner of the Costco parking lot. And then he stops, gets out, looks at his car, and you can see the dent from across the parking lot. Jumps back in his car, pulls off. Well, I jumped in my car, and I was able to get to him to get his license plate number. And then after I get that, I turn around, I go back to the other car that the truck that he was parked next to, and there's a big dent right there in the corner. So I get the license plate of the first car that ran off, the license plate of the second car. I call the police and give them both license plate numbers, tell them what happened. And then I go on about my day. Well, then they called me last night and they said, hey, just want to let you know we caught the dude. Thank you very much. They caught the dude that fled, and I said, oh, that's cool. Blah blah blah, whatever. Blah blah blah. So then I hang up the phone, and then I remember a detail that I just told you guys, but I didn't tell the police. Is that he stopped, got out, looked at his car, felt the dent, and then pulled off. So I didn't tell the police that. So I ended up calling him back. I'm like, hey, I don't know if this is an important detail, but I just want to let you guys know that he stopped, checked his car, whatever. I said, the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't want him to say, oh, I didn't know I hit him. And, it wasn't, I didn't know. And so he said, oh, I'm glad you told me that, because that's exactly what he said. He said, I didn't know I hit him. I'm like, bullshit. I said, he got out of the car, stared at the dent, rubbed it, stood there for a second, jumped in the car, and then rolled out. So I gave him the extra information. I am a hero, so you guys can give me all the accolades now.
Which Costco was this?
The one in Perrysburg.
Okay, so you're dealing with Perrysburg PD.
Yes.
And don't they hate you?
Yes.
So does this earn you a little bit of goodwill, you think?
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for it, man. Here, I'm going to give you an example with how much they hate me, okay? Yeah. There was a point when I was on a thing called In Lieu, when I was going through some legal shit, and it's like I could not walk into a bar at all. And what I did was I said, you know what? We're going to have a big show at the Funny Bone Comedy Club. So we're going to have a big show. I can't go in, but I'm going to stand out front and greet people. So that morning, all the police people get together. They all get together in their morning meeting, and I'm a topic of discussion. He's going to go into a bar, and we got to catch him. They hated me so much that one of the detectives at the time said, you know what? I have date night tonight with my wife. It's our anniversary. So I'm going to go by and watch him to make sure he doesn't go in the bar. Like, dude, it's your fucking anniversary. First of all, why are you all talking about me? It's your fucking anniversary, and I'm your topic of discussion, you fucking weirdo. Well, now 10 years later, that dude is the chief of police. So that's
how. Now, how do you know they were talking about you though that day?
Well, because when they did end up catching me going in the bar. It was a different time. But anyway, we said this dude's the police were targeting me. They're waiting for me to fuck up. So he ended up testifying. He ended up using that on the stand. He told me how he knew that or whatever that they were looking for me was that he was actually testified that he went there on his anniversary to watch me to make sure I didn't go in the bar. I didn't walk in the bar. Fucking weirdos. So anyway, that's and so I hope for some goodwill. I did a good deed yesterday. Dude's car is hopefully going to be taken care of, and blah 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 blah. All right, Whip. So I want to talk about you, Whip. You posted something yesterday, and I totally agree. I've said the same thing. Talk about couples sitting on the same side of a
Yo,
booth.
well, let's set up the scenario.
Okay.
It was snowing yesterday, and I didn't feel like working. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to work at all, so I didn't work yesterday.
Right.
I go to Red Robin.
A daily life.
Exactly. I go to Red Robin to eat. I'm by myself, playing on my phone, and I look across from me, and it's this couple sitting next to each other in the booth, like right next to each other. There's like all this other room on the other side. I'm saying, what type of cornball does that with his woman? It was 12 in the afternoon, baby. It was
because it's 1953, and they're getting a malt before going to the sock hop. That's what you do.
My question is, Tefo, because last week we messed with you asking, were you in love?
Yeah.
Does that mean these people are in love or something? Because listen, my Mama Bear, I love you, Mama Bear. Listen, and I'm a big guy, so maybe I can't sit on the same side anyway. But regardless, I ain't doing it.
Never.
Maybe you sit on that side, I'm on this side.
That's weird.
I want to be able to look at the person that I'm dining with. I don't want to have to go like this. Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. And let me grab my food I can't see and shove it into my mouth like I'm doing a freaking DUI test.
That right there, Tiefel, is the perfect example. That's the practical example. It doesn't matter if you love someone, don't love someone that much, you got it next to them. The practical thing is you can't even look at them when you're trying to have a conversation at a meal.
Now, I will say this though, fellas. So after I made that post, I'm reading the comments. A lot of the young ladies said the reason why they like it because they can play with their buddies, you know what I'm saying, toys underneath the table. One hand on the table, other hand under the table. I'm just saying. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Then I don't know about their dude. Cause I'll tell you, there's one time that I went out with this girl, and we were sitting on the other side because I don't sit in the same. That's just weird to me. When you have a whole nother chair, I'm like, why are you sitting in my chair? You got a whole nother chair on the other side. But anyway, she took her foot and reached down across the table. And I'm like, whoa, hey. So I don't know. I mean, if your girl's talented, she shouldn't have to be right next to you to be able to do that. She can do it other ways.
Hey, my man, I gotta ask you a question. This ain't Happy Days. She was playing footsies with you, baby. Come on, you're right. He was going to the sock hop after. You're absolutely right. They had to get a malt. Man.
Oh shit. Yeah, dude. That. But sit on the same side of the chair. That's serial killer stuff, I think.
I agree.
Or like you're trying to show everyone how much in love. Like you're trying to convince it. Like we don't care if you're in love. Like you trying to convince us because we really don't care. We're not thinking of you until you're sitting on the same side. Then you're just bringing attention to yourself, and it's just weird.
And as I'm sitting there watching it, I'm wondering, is it the guy that said, baby, I want to sit next to you? Or did the woman say, sit next to me?
It's 100% a woman's idea.
Gotta be, because if the guy did it, he was trying to get her to pay for the food. I'm trying to tell you. He didn't do it because he wanted to. He was trying to get her to pay.
There's not a man on this planet that, unless he's like super desperate, that is like, yeah, baby, I'm going to sit in it. No, he sat down. She sat down next to him. It's the same sort of thing of, I don't want any French fries. You go ahead and get some for yourself. And then she eats like a third of them.
You know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go Whip.
You know what made it even worse? Where my booth is, they're sitting across each other. They're looking eye to eye with me the whole time. So while I'm eating, they're like looking at me. I'm looking at them. They're looking at me. I'm like, man, excuse me, check, please. I'm going to get on out of here.
And that's the other important thing, because that's just creepy. You're both sitting on one side, somebody else is sitting in the other booth. You guys are just facing each other. You're not having a conversation or anything. At least if they sat on both sides of the booth, the person facing you would have had that buffer of another human head in the way and not been staring you at the eye.
Dude, it's like Whip. It's like you were on the date with him.
Right.
Weird.
Matter of fact, I started my speed dating yesterday, I guess. That's what it was, man. We started yesterday. I had 5 minutes. I had to go.
Oh my God, dude. Well, okay, here's the other piece of that. the other piece is, first of all, if I sat down first and my wife sat next to me, like, what the fuck are you doing right now? What are you doing? There's a whole nother side. It would just be, I couldn't even imagine sitting next to her for the whole meal. And not that I don't love her, but it's just weird. I've never done it. I would never think about doing it. And the other thing was, what was I going to say? Shit. It was very important. Whip. Oh yeah. So Whip, a lot of people aren't confident enough. We're talking about something else now, to go by themselves. Look at you going to a restaurant by yourself, sitting down in a booth and having a meal. I'm the same way. I have no problem going in by myself, but a lot of people, they won't even go to a restaurant. They'll automatically do fast food or something because they're not going to go to a restaurant by themselves.
A friend of mine literally just made a post probably 2 days ago saying, I want to go to Golden Corral. She wanted to eat up some stuff. But with that, she was like, but is it weird if I go eat by myself? I'm like, listen, you better go tear all that food up. Now you ain't got to act like I'm on my best behavior. You're at a buffet. You can eat all you want to. You better do your thing.
And the other thing too is you could stay longer because you know what, you don't have anyone to judge you. I mean, like, I'll sit through. I'll have 3 table changes next to me. I don't care. I'm going to sit here for 3 table changes because I'm going to get my money's worth.
And as a man of business, sometimes we need that space. You can eat while you're answering emails on your phone. Nobody's like, "Hey, baby, what are you doing?" No, I'm working and eating. Now I can write it off of my taxes. You heard that, Uncle Sam? Just saying. I'm working.
Sam.
That's why every meal that I have, I make a work call. Make a work call. I'm eating. I'm doing work.
Smart man.
So I have another question. I was a food truck, and we've been spending a lot of time at dispensaries the last few days. A couple of
you can't write off your weed.
Cannabis, some cannabis dispensaries, and one of them was a grand opening. And of course, by the way, happy 419 day in the 419. Today is this is Toledo Day. It's a 419 on 419. So happy Toledo Day. Tomorrow is 420. We're going to be at another dispensary. So it's a big dispensary week for us. And as I'm in Monroe and in Luna Pier and some of the other places in Michigan, there are a lot of dispensaries that have popped up, and it made me think that when did, I don't know how to say this, like, weed is just not a big deal. Like, when did we become that? That's the side note. The weed part's a side note. The other one is gambling. So I'm also driving and I see a Caesar's Head now. You can do slot machines on your phone. Everyone's got a sports book now. Everyone's talking about betting. Now, these were big taboos in this country: weed, drugs, and betting. And I don't remember, like, there should have been a big news story that says breaking news: weed and gambling is now legal in the United States. And it should have been like a big thing, but it just happened. Like, all of a sudden everyone's betting and everyone's promoting betting, and there's betting everywhere, and there's weed everywhere, and nobody said anything about it. Like, there's no one talking about it. It just seems weird to me.
History repeats itself. It's 476 AD, and Rome has gotten too hedonistic, and we're about to fall. That's what it is.
Okay.
Hi, Donnie. Welcome to the show.
Donnie.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
that
Throwing
note.
ancient history references at you, Donnie. Welcome.
Anybody else? Well, you can bet online in Ohio, like, legally, but they haven't set it up yet. So me and some of my friends every once in a while take a little trip over the border. You just gotta go a little bit north.
But
you go over the border far enough to where your phone reads you in Michigan, then you say, "Hey, I'll take the Rams."
But I guess I just don't get like this.
It's called gambling, Donnie, not stupidity.
But this was a huge taboo for so long. Like, now it's just okay. Like, there's like no one has. I don't know. I would think that as bad as it was, that there would be some big celebration in the streets when this happened. But it just kind of happened. It was like a boiled frog. It's just kind of been happening. Now it's just here.
You're right. They wanted to sneak it in because they've been fighting it for so long. They didn't want the opposition. And the reason why it is legal, because so many people were making so much money.
Yep.
I mean, when you convince the government, like, hey, why are you letting everyone else make all the money? Why don't you get in on the action so you can start taxing people for the money they're making, because they're doing it anyways. And I say no more, fam. Let's light it up.
Let's technically the government wanted to tax you on it anyway when it's illegal on your form when you're filing your taxes. The IRS has a place in there for illegal income. They want you to pay it. That's how they took Al Capone down. If he would just reported his illegal income, they wouldn't have been able to touch him.
It's true. That is true. It didn't like they're saying that drug dealers, all these people should at least pay taxes, even if you don't say what you're paying the taxes on, because they always get you on tax evasion when you
consultant.
Yeah, you're a consultant. Thank you, Tifo. By the way, please don't take our tax advice. We are not tax advisors. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah. I was about to say you about to get all the drug dealers locked up that's watching the show right now, man.
Oh, hey, did you guys notice the other thing that they snuck in during the pandemic?
What?
At-home alcohol delivery is now legal in Ohio.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Man, look at that. So alcohol, weed, gambling has really over the pandemic has really snuck in into our culture on the
like,
no, it's always been there. We just like recognizing that it's there.
Right.
While everyone's fighting over mask mandates, we're gonna get the fun stuff through.
Exactly.
and across the board, man, like they just made a mandate in the WWE. Well, they were already using whatever they were using anyway, but they do have a quote unquote wellness policy. But they just said they still can't use steroids, wink, wink, but they can use all the weed they want to in WWE, NFL. It's all been free now, so it's all good.
So.
Dude. I'm with you on that. I think the NFL should have allowed marijuana a long time ago because
I think they should require
the abuse that those bodies go through. Yeah,
I think they should require marijuana. I want to see a completely high wasted we'll go with Rams going after it like just completely baked and just not knowing where the football is, really, just kind of meandering around the field, trying to tackle somebody, but they're 10 feet on the other side.
That's what they're going to do in the XFL when it comes out next year. Trust me, that's what's going to be in the XFL.
Right? Exactly. Okay, so there's this Fox News host. His name's Jesse Waters, and he admitted something on one of his shows, and I thought it was kind of people are kind of taking note about it. It was kind of creepy, but it was like a side note. Like it's like I want you guys to hear it. Listen.
When I was trying to get Emma to date me, first thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, "Hey, you need a lift?" She got right in the car. Does she know this story? No, she doesn't know the story. Did she watch the show? The Jesse Jr. does.
Basically, the Zodiac Killer.
And yes, and halfway to her destination, I decided I wasn't going to kill her that day.
What the fuck? So, dude, you let all the air out of her tires and you're just standing there. Hey, need a ride?
Who was that?
Jesse Waters from Fox News. Now him and the girl are married now. She's 14 years younger than he was, but to go on their first date, he let all the air out of her tires, so she needed a ride home.
What a creep, man.
I know.
I'm like disturbed.
Very much so.
Like if you're married to that dude and then like she didn't know the story, like he said she didn't know the story. Like now, does that change how you look at your freaking husband? It's like, whoa.
Yeah, what happens when you want to leave?
You ain't going nowhere, mother.
Yeah,
I know. I know my first girlfriend. I kidnapped her and I held her until Stockholm syndrome set in.
Well, yeah,
such a romantic story.
Well, yeah, but that's I mean, we expect that from you, but
well, right. But Tivo's like letting the air out of the tires. That's like day one stuff.
It's rookie moves.
Yeah, exactly. So, Donnie, I just had to come back to this. I'm only gonna take 10 seconds. Are you guys you and Ashley looking for new shows?
Yeah, always.
All right, Trying on Apple TV. Trying. Please watch one episode. Do it. Yeah, you have to do it. It's a British show. You have to do it with the subtitles on. All right.
Okay.
You have to do it.
Wait. You understand British people speak English, right?
Yeah, but they talk really fast and kind of mumbly. So you'll miss jokes. You'll miss jokes if you don't watch it with subtitles on.
Okay.
All right.
But they speak English. Do you understand?
We have to sign up for Apple TV.
American mumblers.
It's worth it, dude. If it's $10 or $8, whatever it is, trust me, please, it's worth it.
It's one of the apps I don't have.
Do you watch Canadian TV shows with the captions on too?
Man.
Shut up, you bastard. Hey, so speaking of creepy, have you guys followed this Johnny? Yeah, besides you, Tifo, have you guys followed this Johnny Depp story? So Johnny,
I'm numb to it.
A little bit.
Johnny Depp was married to Amber Heard, and then Amber Heard said that he was abusive and basically got him fired from Warner Brothers. He can't make any more of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and so he's like, "Oh, really? So we're going to do an anti-defamation case against Amber Heard because you basically have ruined my career." So this has been, I guess Court TV is streaming the trial, but this has been going on now. I think we're in day 2. Today, Tuesday, Johnny Depp is expected to testify in his dueling defamation case against Amber. So on Monday's proceedings, Depp's private physician said the star's addiction nurse who traveled with him as he detoxed were played for the jury as the week of the trial began. I'm trying to find the story where they would just go at each other, though. It wasn't him, it was her. Their private bodyguard said, "Dude, you two are going to kill each other or end up in jail." Like their relationship was just so toxic, and it wasn't just her or him; it was both of them. At one point, he said that she threw something at him, and it was glass, and it broke, and it severed his finger, where he had to go to the hospital, and then his bodyguard or somebody went back to the house just to look for the digits so they could sew it back on.
Could you imagine me and Johnny Depp walking into the ER?
But do you these couples that like they're so toxic, but she's like, one of her friends, there was some testifying, and they said one of her friends is like, "Dude, you gotta." The bodyguard said, when he said that, he said, "You're either going to kill each other or end up jail." She goes, "But I love him."
Yep.
I can't let him go. He's like, "What?"
Yeah. See, the issue with this is, I like Johnny Depp. I like him as an actor. I've liked him ever since his 21 Jump Street days.
Uh-huh.
All right. And but he's basically Streisand affecting himself here. If they split up, there was the accusations, and if he would have left it at that, he's not going to be able to make any more Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but he's made like 7 of them. He's good. But he could have moved on, but now he just keeps it in the headlines. He's already lost a similar in London defamation suit where the burden is a lot lower for the defamation. Like to lose a defamation case in the UK it's just ridiculous unless you just have no case. And he was going after the son and basically the judge ended up saying that because Amber testified on behalf of the son, and it was basically because the son based their stories on her statements, and it became down to a he said she said, and neither of them really had evidence either way. So the son got off the hook for it because they were just printing what she said. And then now in the States, he's got to prove that she did lie. He's got to prove that she did it with malice. He's got to prove that she did it knowingly, and he's got to prove that it cost him money. It's a higher burden of proof in the States, and he already lost it in the UK.
Right. Go ahead, Donnie.
And not to oversimplify it, but I agree, Chris. And I feel like from the people that know them the most, the closest people that keep coming out and saying that they were just addicted to this fighting with each other. Like he would want to leave and she would pick a fight. She would want to leave, he would pick a fight, and they're going at each other. And it just seems like, so now that they're apart, they just want to keep it going. Like they're still doing what they were doing while they were together. They're just fighting with each other through the legal system now. It's like just let each other go and end it.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are the couple that sit on the same side of the booth.
Yes, right. Now, let me ask you guys.
We talk about that yet?
Yeah, we did. Donnie, I know, it's so funny. Like Whip was this couple's on one side of the booth. Whip was at the restaurant by himself in the booth next to them. So he was like staring at the two of them.
So you were kind of on a date with them,
right, man?
was the
Oh,
greatest.
it's amazing.
That's the couple. After they sat on the same side of the booth, they went out in the parking lot and they beat the crap out of each other. That's that couple.
No,
Probably so.
I've
Probably so.
Go ahead, Donnie.
I've always wanted to sit on the same side, but I've never. It's just never happened. But I never really pictured how crazy or creepy it would look.
But see,
You know what I mean? Like-
you can't do that. But see, you can't do that, Donnie. You got kids now. One parent on each side of the booth. You have to zone defense the kids while
You gotta
out
block them
public.
in.
Yeah.
But look, I think they're both at fault. I think, Donnie, you're exactly right. They're both at fault. You know, we all know how to get under our significant other skin. We used to do a thing on a show in Tucson I came up with, where you had 60 seconds to piss off a spouse to where they'll just hang up on you. And usually it's not that hard. It wasn't that hard for them to do because you know how to get under the person's skin. But you choose, if you love that person so much, you choose not to do that thing. But when you want to fuck with them, you know how to do it, and they know how to do it to you. And there's some sort of getting off on that. And I think they're both at fault, and they both wanted to do it, and they can't be away from each other, but they can't be with each other. It's just, man, I've seen it.
Well, I want to ask, can we bring that segment to this show? I like that. That's pretty good. I like that, man.
That was back in the old days when you could call people, you didn't have to tell them you were recording them and all this stuff. It was the
You
good
don't
old
have
days
to
of
tell them
radio.
that now in Ohio.
Is it no person can? Is it one person consent?
One person has to know.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ohio's a single party consent state.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe we
Now
could.
you know.
Now,
And plus, since we do this thing in the morning, it's extra rude.
Very much
Just
so.
call somebody up. Hey, I know you're getting your day started, but here, let me piss you off.
But anyway, my other point was that was Donnie is exactly right. It's like, dude, just let it go, because we have short attention spans as a country. Like, we move on to other things, but when you keep it in the news like this, it's going to keep getting relived. It should be like, okay, look, I fucked with you, you fucked with me, I hit you, you hit me. Let's just
let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, but okay, Johnny Depp has made his money. He's made his nut. He doesn't have to work another day. He can live a life of leisure for the rest of his life.
What?
But
you are so wrong, bro. Just because he made all that money doesn't mean he hasn't spent most of it.
Right.
No, this is like
you don't know.
money, more problems, Chris. He's like, he needs to get. We need Pirates of the Caribbean 8 so
he
can.
lives in France. They have a very good social safety net.
But
it's like this is a cop out. Oh, he's made a ton of money. He doesn't need to make.
Well,
any
that's
more.
what I'm saying.
No,
that's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
true.
It's not. I'm not saying that he shouldn't work, but is making another Pirates movie really that important to him? It's not like it's an artistic. It's not a Citizen Kane. All right, like it's not. He's not.
Is $20 million important to you when you can't pay your nut, like your all of your bills?
Right.
Is $20 million going to help? Yes.
When it comes
to if you have bills that equal $20 million, you got bigger problems than whether or not you can make a movie.
You don't know.
Right, we're just saying. It's a job.
Here's the thing. I make a lot of money. Colleen makes a lot of money, and our counts are negative. Like it doesn't matter how much you make. It's how much you don't spend. you could be
now, Andrew. You just talked about. You said people have short attention spans. Do you guys think that they'll get over it and they will be able to work again in the next year or two after we forget about what happened?
That's a good point. I do think that part of this is Johnny Depp getting his side out, and whether or not, I don't think winning is the point. I think it's getting his side out, and he's already had some people come to his side. And I've said this before on this show, that if you get canceled for effing up, for making huge mistakes, if you get canceled, you will have the opportunity to have a second chance. If you have enough talent, you can come back. And so, like, this is him getting his side out, and one by one, like, he will work again.
Well, here's the perfect example, Whip, is there's a new movie out called, hold on, what's it called? Father Stu?
Yeah.
Father Stu. It's Mark Wahlberg. Guess who else is in the movie? Mel Gibson. We have audio tapes of this motherfucker acting crazy as fuck.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
this dude is in a
First
movie
movie
called,
he's made.
what's
since
that?
This isn't even the first. No, he has
no.
another one where he plays a badass Santa Claus.
Yeah. So if you're wondering whether Johnny Depp's going to work again, he's a great actor. Actually, if he would just shut up, he'll be able to work sooner. If he just let this shit die, because then people, like I said, they will forget. But Mel Gibson, you remember how horrible the audio was talking about Jews this and he was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And this dude's still working.
I mean, even though he's locked up, there are people right now still waiting for R. Kelly to come out and make more music.
Yes.
Like there are people still at the jail cell every day waiting for him to come out. So it's
R. Kelly is, he gave us I Believe I Can Fly. And I think that earns him a little bit of rope, but then the sex slavery stuff happened and I was like, nah, we're good.
Real quick, here's Mel Gibson for you.
No.
Uh-oh.
The rant goes on. A full Mel Gibson and this morning, Luke Lacey.
Then another.
Here you
You look like a
Then another.
bat in the side of the head. How about that?
A third.
You need a fucking bat to the side of the head.
You're a using whore.
And you're using whore.
Now a fourth. Nearly 20 minutes of hate-filled rants. Mel Gibson allegedly threatening his ex-girlfriend Oksana Grigorieva during phone calls she apparently recorded and Radar Online released. The latest, a demand for sex coupled with another threat.
I deserve to be first until I burn the house down. But me first.
He's like, I deserve to be blown first. Okay, I'll burn the goddamn house down. Blow me first.
I mean, if you're gonna do those two things, I guess that would be the order.
Well, I mean, you don't want to do it after, otherwise it seems like a reward.
You still have to honor your boyfriend, ladies. Still have to honor your man.
Oh my god! Like, you forget how crazy those things are because you haven't heard them in years. But
he was drunk.
Oh, I know.
He's from a different generation.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say he was hacked. It really wasn't his voice. They were just splicing them together.
Yeah. It's the first deep fake.
Yes.
And here's the other thing too is that if you listen to those audio recordings, and it's like you can get your significant other, what gets under their skin. She's obviously she's the one taping, so and she knows that she's goading this dude. I mean, he still shouldn't have said it, but and that's another one of those toxic relationships where it's like, but he just got it on tape. Oh shit! All right, you talk.
Well, like I said, some people it takes a little longer to bounce back. That was like 10, 15 years ago.
Well, because we had it on tape. With Johnny Depp, we don't have any. It's he said, she said, so we'll forgive him a lot quicker.
Yeah.
All right. So Whip, you talked about R. Kelly a little bit. I also saw one of your posts that you said.
Oh man. I said a lot of crazy stuff, so I don't even know what it was. But go ahead.
This is Whip. He said Tevin Campbell's "Can We Talk" is the greatest R&B song.
It is the greatest R.
Shut up, dude.
Oh my god. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Come on, man.
Were you just feeling it he's feeling it at that moment when he posted that. He's like, yeah, this is going up.
Right.
I'm letting the world know.
I had to call it out, man. It's never been said before. I was calling it out.
It's never been said before because it's not true.
Oh my god, are you serious? That song comes on. I don't care where you're at. You stop. You close your eyes and you start singing, man.
The only song that has any sort of mass effect on people in Ohio is the Cupid Shuffle, and you know that to be true.
Come
you
on,
start playing that shit at McDonald's, all of a sudden you got a freaking dance crew.
Come on, Whip. You know it's a good song. Yes, I would agree. But it's the greatest R&B song ever.
Bro,
come on.
People start bringing up like, oh, you never heard of Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson? I never heard of those guys. I've only heard of Tevin Campbell. Can We Talk? That's it. Nobody else. There's nobody else out there. Just them.
Oh, okay. By the way, there's some breaking news in TMZ, and I just want to come back to it real quick. I'm sorry. Johnny Depp, an update. He said He will take the stand on Tuesday in his super bitter defamation lawsuit against ex-wife Amber Heard. He's expected to talk about an incident he says ended the marriage when she says she or a friend defecated on his side of the bed. Now,
that would end my marriage.
That's like.
And there's a picture of it.
There's a picture of the poo.
TMZ's got them. How do you share the screen? How do you share this? I don't
There's
even.
a big button that says share at the
Share.
bottom.
I don't know. I don't think that would end my
Why
marriage.
Are you
I'd be
sharing
like,
a picture of the poo.
Man.
I'd be like, babe, we need to talk. You need to. There's some. What, babe? I know we fight, but
there's
the
red
bed.
in this. This is not healthy.
The bed.
Oh my God! Wait here. I'm gonna try to pull this.
Okay, so she threw glass at him and severed his finger. They've done a whole bunch, and the thing that ends the marriage is she took a Duke on his side of the. Like, what if she had left the Duke on her side? Would that have ended the marriage?
I don't know.
Tell me you're mad without telling me you're mad.
Man.
No, I understand. You can get pink eye from that sort of thing, and that's irritating.
Yeah. So okay, I'm trying to. I don't know how to do it, Tifel.
You click on share. You choose what you want, and you say share screen. You choose what you want to share, and then you click share.
I tried. It didn't work. You have to see this. It's.
Oh dear God, man!
Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you, Tifel, so you can figure it out.
You are.
I know, I'm not, dude. I love it. Natasha goes, "Is that defecation of character?"
Oh man, nice, nice. Nice.
Oh shit.
Oh, when the people listening have better jokes than we do.
Man.
Right. So she's.
You sent me the article. You didn't even send me the picture. Come on, man.
I don't know what's the picture's in the article. I don't know how to do that. So.
Copy paste.
I got one.
That's
so
no way.
Hold on. You said better joke. All right. So obviously, after shitting the bed, we know Amber Heard's sleep number is 2.
I love it, buddy. Andrew's looking at us at the comedy set. But let's go.
Yeah, Natasha, in your face. We do know what we're doing. Back at you. Here it is.
I like how they censored it.
Here's the poo.
But they censored half of it though. Little snail-looking thing over there.
That's you know what? I have to give it to her. That's a nice, tightly packed loaf.
Very much so. Very much so. She's regular. You know she's regular.
He's shit in the bed.
Oh my God, dude. So
I don't know. That's
the breaking news.
I don't know.
There's supposed to be he's supposed to testify about that incident.
The girl that gets her fiber.
I don't know why. For some reason, that's like I feel like that's a keeper right there. Like she shits the bed. Like come on,
she loved him enough to shit on his bed.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
that's a level of relationship. Like she was
changed.
comfortable. Like there's going to the bathroom with the door open. There's going to the bathroom when your significant other is in the room with you, and then there's a level of relationship of feeling comfortable enough to shit the bed.
The level of intimacy. I kind of want them to get back together now. I feel like this is a love story that's not over.
Agreed.
Hit us with that R&B.
What?
I can't sing. I can't go behind that one, man.
Can we talk?
Can we shit the bed together?
I had a topic, but I don't think you can follow this one, man. So I'm gonna just let it go.
All right, let's go to Tifel. WTF news. Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, well, nothing's topping shitting the bed. All right,
At
so
all.
that is there. All right. So this is a story that you may have heard. It's out of Kentucky. You may have heard it already, but I just love it so much, so I want to talk about it again.
Okay.
A Kentucky man, he told his employer, the Gravity Diagnostics, their medical laboratory, that this year he didn't want anyone to celebrate his birthday. Don't do anything for my birthday. I don't want it.
Okay.
And the person he made the request to apparently just forgot. And they decided to hold a birthday celebration. And worse yet, apparently it was a surprise birthday celebration. And he had a panic attack at the onset of that. And so he left. He freaked out a bit. And he left, went to his car, did his self-soothing techniques and everything. And then texted his manager like, hey, bro, I told you guys not to do anything for my birthday. You didn't follow my wishes. And his manager was like, oh, well, they forgot. then the next day he gets confronted by his manager and a few other managers and basically bullied about his reaction to it and how he had ruined his coworkers' good time at his birthday celebration that he specifically didn't want. And then during this berating, he had another panic attack. And while he was having his panic attack, he tried to do his self-soothing techniques like hugging himself and things like that. And he got mocked even more while doing those during that. To the point where people just left him. And then they claimed they felt threatened. They thought he was getting violent, and so they fired him. Well, he got himself a lawyer. He went back after him, and he got himself $450,000 for being fired because of his condition.
Okay.
There.
It's better than like where I thought this was going.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Yeah, you should have done it. You know, here's how you have to respect a person. So my ex-wife was very shy, and she would hate to do like birthday celebrations in public where they come up and bang the gong or put the goofy hat on your head or whatever. Yeah, dude. So me being the loving husband that I was at the time is I would say it was her birthday every time we went to a restaurant.
Dude, I have a friend that's like that. Every time we go to a Mexican restaurant, it happens to be his birthday. He's had like 5 birthdays in a year.
This is to her one time. She pulled out her license. She said, "It is not my birthday." Needless to say, we're not together anymore. Weird. All right. All
right. Well, we're gonna bring it a little bit closer to home for story number 2, Livonia, Michigan.
Oh.
Some elementary school parents are quite upset right now. One of the, it was snack time in kindergarten, and one of the precious bundles of joy brought some Jose Cuervo margarita mix to share with the class.
Hell yeah.
It's 10% alcohol by volume. Managed to share it with at least a few students before the teacher caught on and go, "Are these kids getting drunk?" And took it away. Now, the district, of course, or the school, of course, sent a letter home to other parents because what do you do if not sweep it under the rug? And they were like, "Hey, by the way, your kids may have consumed alcohol on school premises. We've taken the proper disciplinary action," which I don't know what that would be for a kindergartner. I don't know if that's even in the procedures. Like kindergartner brings booze, and this is what we do. I don't know on there, but yeah, little Johnny and Susie we're getting their drink on during snack time.
But at least they learned to share at an early age, though.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. See that kid right there has a positive life skill now. He'll be able to go to college and just be like, I'm the drink man. He'll share it out.
There's
Ripping
always
shots
a
in
lesson
kindergarten.
in everything. There's always a lesson.
Right.
Yeah, and they knew that body shots were not were not appropriate in school, so that was a good thing. By the way, I saw I'm on the Whips page. The Whips page.
Oh, man.
He's got a whole countdown of best R&B songs, and he's wrong on almost every one.
Oh my.
So here's the Whips countdown of best R&B songs of all time. Number 1,
Yes.
Depp Campbell, "Can We Talk?"
Number 1.
Number 2. What was number 2, Whip?
I don't remember.
Okay, here we go. Number 2, "Candy Rain" by Soul For Real.
Another amazing song. Great. Number 2 greatest of all time.
Number 3, Drew Hill, "Beauty."
Great song.
And number 4, SWV, "Weak," which I love that song. It's a great song.
Exactly.
I get so weak.
There you go. See how I moved them. That quickly. It moved them.
That's Whip's top 4. Tevin Campbell, "Can We Talk?" The best of all time. Best of all time. Best of all time.
We're gonna put a poll up, guys. Whoever watching the show, that's a poll. Put your favorite R&B song of all time. We're gonna talk about it next week.
All right. You got it, brother. All right. Number 3.
But here's the question, though. Have you even heard Me and Mrs. Jones? I mean, honestly, that's
Mrs. Jones. That one?
It's all right. It's okay.
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 All right. Number 3, Tifel.
all right. Number 3, we're going to India. because India's got some good stories.
Mhm.
Apparently, there were some riots recently and I'm going to horribly mispronounce this, but the Madhya Pradesh's Kargan district.
Okay.
They had some riots going on, and police were kind of pissed about this. So they took initial complaints of people that might have been involved in the rioting, people that had done stoning, people that had done looting, things like that. And they took these initial complaints and they decided, we're going to raise the houses of the people that did this stuff. That's going to teach them a lesson. We're just going to bulldoze their houses down. They're going to be homeless. That's what you get for rioting, because that is the sensible thing for a democratic country to do.
Uh-huh.
And so they did this. But one of the houses that they demolished was Wasim Sheikh, and his home was razed, and he was accused of participating in stoning, throwing stones at other people and businesses during the riots. There's just one problem with that. If the police had done any sort of follow-up on the complaint, they would have found out that Wasim has no hands.
Oh.
He lost them several years ago in an accident. He's handless. There's no possible way he can throw stones. So now he's handless and homeless.
Bad investigation there.
Yeah,
That's
they
bad.
also the police also raised a few other houses based on complaints from witnesses, quote unquote, that of people that were already in custody at the time of the riot. So it would have been impossible for them to have participated in the riot.
Wow.
So
WTF?
you think American police are bad, but at least you still have a home to go to at the end of the day.
Right.
Right.
Jeez.
Like assuming you survived the encounter, you still have a place to go and lay your head.
Yeah.
They're not showing up a few hours later with a bulldozer.
Yeah.
On you. So
All
yeah,
right.
there's that.
And finally,
All right, so this one is fun. It's coming out of Bloomington, Minnesota. It takes us to the wizarding world.
Yes.
Of Bloomington hotels. A man who has Skylar Eris Dupree Thomas. That is his name. 29 years old.
Sounds magical.
Yeah, he's apparently a bit of a local troublemaker. People know him. He's already been trespassed at this hotel, so he's not allowed on property. So when he showed up one day and started rifling through like a bowl of room keys, things like that, the hotel employee recognized him and was like, "Hey, buddy, you're not allowed here. Get out." And then an argument ensued because why not? And so they're fighting. He's trying to kick the guy out. The guy's not leaving. And eventually, Eris decides to pull his trump card, and that is his 16-inch wand with a metal tip. Pulls that out, points at the employee, like he's a wizard and he's gonna make something happen.
Yeah.
So the employee pulled out a gun, called police.
Oh man.
good.
You got a gun to a wand fight?
Gun beats wand every time.
On there. Well, he's only like a level 1 wizard, so there's not. I mean, the worst he can do is like turn the gun, into a frog. That's about it.
I'm just glad when you said 16 inches. I thought you were talking about me, big fella. I'm just saying. you heard about the brothers, right? You heard about the brothers, man.
Is that true?
No, I'm little as hell. I'm just be honest, but I like to tell people I'm big.
It's true, but no, I had a lot of black guys as friends. I know their wangs are big. They got big wonkers for sure.
I was
huge. I mean, I don't know what.
Come to find the base speed dating this Thursday, you can find out. Great plug, Andrew.
Yeah, that's right.
So the hotel worker called police. They showed up. Apparently, everybody thought until police already knew him. So the hotel employee thought that the wand could possibly have been a knife because it does have that metal tip on it. But when the police showed up and they saw it was Eris, they're like, this guy doesn't have a knife. That's his magic wand.
Of course.
Like he's on first name basis with the cops.
Right.
It's like when you start asking the cops about their kids, you get arrested too much.
Yeah.
Right.
There was one guy when I had the rexrestaurant over on Secor Road, and man, there's a handful of homeless people that would just come and just loiter and one guy, I'm like, dude, come on, man, you can't. He ended up pulling his pants down. I can't remember what happened, but right there, I'm like, pull your pants up, dude. Come on, what are you doing right now? Pull your pants up.
You're just jealousy. You don't have that freedom.
I know. He just pulled my pants down.
He pulled his wand out.
You know how liberating you have to feel to just be like, you know what, I'm going pantsless today.
Yeah, and he pulled out his wand with his metal tip, and
yeah, it's Wizarding 101. You know, when in doubt, pull your wand out.
Yes.
If your wand has a metal tip, you should see a doctor.
Go ahead,
Donnie, we want that on a T-shirt. I need you to run that back, play that back. We want that on T-shirts. We're all wearing that next week.
Yes, exactly. Hey, real quick, 13 ABC has an interesting question. There's a push right now for 32-hour work weeks, so basically 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week. Would you, Tifo, this is a good question for you. I think you're the only hourly guy on here.
I'm not hourly. I'm salary, baby.
Okay, well, would you leave a higher paying job for better hours and more flexibility? So you would make less money, but you maybe only had to work 4 days a week, or you had some flex time, or would you leave your current job?
No. Why would I leave for less money? That's entirely stupid. But the fight for the 32-hour work week isn't about getting less money. They're talking about getting paid the same amount of money for less hours.
Well, no, but there's some businesses that are offering that. Go ahead, Don. What I knew you work.
I'm in retail, so it wouldn't affect my work hours, but it would affect my productivity hours, because if people worked less, they would come in sooner. Because I work retail, so we're kind of opposite. The more people are off is when they come see me.
Right.
So I would
be. Are car sales considered retail?
Oh yeah, it's a store.
Yeah. I never thought of a car dealership being considered like retail. I mean, it makes sense. I just never thought of it.
Yeah. I'm an associate, a retail sales associate of automotive.
Speaking of which, Donnie P, where can we see you?
Taylor Kia, 6300 West Central, just got another truck yesterday of vehicles. It's crazy. Now. I know. No, I mean 23, which is crazy. It's a lot. It's things are happening, you guys.
Oh God,
things are happening. Trucks every single day coming in.
And the Whip, check out the Whip Show podcast, and also you can see him live and in person at the big speed dating show coming up
April 21st, this Thursday, 7 o'clock at Club Evolution.
Club Evolution. Yes. All right, you guys, and at Chris Tifo, you can see him looking at you creepily wherever he works.
On Facebook.
I mean, if you really want to see me in person, come to the Valentine Theater tomorrow. I'm going to see La Traviata. I'll say hi.
So
La Traviata.
You're just sitting in the audience.
Delicious.
If someone wants to see, it does sound. What's the special?
It's an opera, man.
Oh God, that was the worst. Oh,
by Giuseppe Verdi.
Theater. What did you think it was? Like
an Italian restaurant. I don't know.
You don't know what the Valentine Theater is?
Yeah, but it sounds
Evil Dead Live. That's what I saw last time I was there.
What would you see?
Evil Dead Live.
Yes. All right, for the Whip, for Tifo and Donnie P. I'm Adrian. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. See you guys next week. Bye, everybody.